I
This is a dope groove by Spoon's
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah.
hey,
Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James. What we call Big Game James. Word. Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. So tune in.
hey, what's up? It's your boy, Big Game James in the house alongside my man, Chase Dogs. We get ready to kick off NFL Week 1. Talk about it. Hey, I just want to say welcome, everybody, to Week 1, Episode 1 of Big Game Sports Buzz. And we are more than excited to talk about what we talk about. First and foremost, Jay, how you doing today, man?
You know, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling great, actually. You know what I'm saying? I know it's one of those things where people hate to say moral victory, but I think I can actually say, yeah, look, it's I feel pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Big game. I'm feeling pretty good, man. So I'll wear this one more week with pride.
You know, I really appreciate you, and I'm
Good,
I'm
man.
not gonna give you a hard time right now about this moral victory thing. Coming from the man who didn't even pick his own team to win their division, but that's a whole other topic.
Hey, we talking
And
about football, man.
and the Washington football team took an L today, which we'll talk about later. But
Yeah, yeah.
big shout out to the Dallas Cowboys, not to the Cowboys fans, but to the Dallas Cowboys for really coming out and doing what I thought they would do. I thought the offense would be on point.
Yeah.
That team with Dak Prescott is an amazing team. They do amazing things, and it shows that they have weapons in place. CeeDee Lamb is going to be a monster at that wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper came out, looked like Amari Cooper, the good Amari Cooper. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, but they played very well. So first and foremost, let me tip my hat to you. And just so everybody knows, this is not my normal attire for the show, but because Jay Stogg wanted to come out last week representing the silver and blue, and the only silver and blue that I recognize is the University of Nevada. I don't know about this other silver and blue that's going on this
Don't
screen. But
don't
anyway,
don't you?
Jay wanted to Jay wanted to come out and represent his silver and blue and his Dallas cow folk. I wanted to say girls. I can say cow folk since
Thank
Dak
you.
Prescott had a
I'll
good
take
game.
it.
I thought I would take it back to Tampa Bay, the Candace Bowman, baby. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I had to wear my shirt, rock my hat, and even, bring out the little cup right there. You see the night, big game, right? Hey, so I did what I do, but let's dive into that game a little bit, Jay.
Yeah.
Um, First and foremost, that morning I told my wife, I said, "Hey, I don't like playing the Cowboys the first game," and she said, "Why you say that?" I said, because if they win, their fans are going to act like they won the Super Bowl. I said, and even if they don't win but play good, they're going to act like they're going back to the Super Bowl. So when all this happened, and that's a good team. So when you open it with a team that,
Yeah.
yes, everyone says they have questions, but at the same time, what Dak was doing before he even got hurt last year, coming back to see how he was going to play, made me nervous the whole way through.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are going to blame that game on the missed field goals and the kickers. And there's a lot of mistakes in that game, and there's a lot of turnovers in that game. So realistically, yes, it could have gone either way, but it didn't. It went my way. I'm happy it did. But at the same time, if both teams stay healthy,
Yeah.
can you imagine that being a preview of an NFC Championship game? Could you see that?
I could actually, and so full disclosure, my man was sweating bullets, and we kind of texted back and forth like, oh, you know,
Yes.
uh, yeah, Zerline definitely dropped 4 points. Let's just call it what it is. He dropped 4 points. That
Right.
could have been, yes, the difference in the game. But what really stuck out to me beyond what Dak did, which we were all nervous, the whole Cowboys nation was
Mm-hmm.
nervous every time he started running. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, what is he
Right.
doing? And then I also thought he lost a little bit of a step. I don't know if Dak was ever really fast in the first place, but he seemed to look really slow or slower
I
in
got what
that
you're
game.
saying.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, so I saw that. But what really disturbed me was the fact that you have 3 turnovers and you didn't really get the points that you needed to get over the turnovers at the time. You know, um, I
But
thought that was
let's be realistic. Some of those, I mean, you're right. You got the turnovers. I'm not going. Now I sound like a fan making an excuse. Two of those balls shouldn't have been intercepted. Receivers, they got to make those catches. You tip them, you let it hang in there. Defense make great plays. Should never got to that. The Godwin fumble late in the game. If we score there, it's pretty much going to be over. The
it
fumble
is.
there was, and this is my thing. From a player's point of view, I never fault a player's effort. He was trying to score.
Oh yeah.
So I'm never going to fault a player's effort from a player standpoint. From a fan standpoint, I was like, get down, stop moving, stop running, don't spin. And
Wait,
he spun, got
wait,
hit,
James.
ball
So
came out.
if you're saying that, so you're saying, all right, Zerline, if you're on the squad with Zerline, you wouldn't look at him like, hey man, you efforted, you really tried hard. Or would you be
And
like,
then,
this dude needs to
hey,
go
no,
somewhere?
don't get me twisted. Don't get me twisted. Because kickers toe a different line than everybody else on the team. That's just 100. Anybody that's played the game is going to tell you that. A
These are
60
facts.
yard miss, a 60-yard miss, I'm not gonna fault you on that. You know
Cool.
how hard it is to kick a 60-yard field goal?
Man,
Yeah, the legs are getting stronger. You can't rush over the center. They try to make it a little bit. That's still hard.
it's hard.
30 yards you have to make. You get paid to do one thing.
That's
And you had the
that's a
easiest job on
PAT.
the tick. I can't say easiest. You get paid to do one thing. So kickers toe a different line when it comes down to that.
That's a PAT.
You have to make that kick. You got to make that PAT. You got to do what you need to do
That's it.
to win. But he didn't.
He did. But he's
Yeah, he did.
and yo, big game. I know you have to agree with this though. If you whether it's a tip ball or a punch ball and that's a fumble, if
Uh
you
huh.
have an opportunity, you gotta take advantage of it on your offense. You out there
Yeah,
playing,
yeah,
your
no
goal
doubt.
on defense, and I play a little defense, like high school poke hot.
Got you, got you.
But you got it when
All
you
right, Al.
but your whole goal is to get off the field as fast as possible. You're not
Right,
trying to be there for the
right,
whole game like that, right?
right,
So you do your job on defense, sacks, fumbles, interceptions,
right,
whatever it
right,
is.
right.
Hey, you know what? Oh, let's go take it down the field. The other part too that concerned me, man, as a Cowboys fan and really football fan, is the fact that Dak had like 56 throws in this game,
And that's
but
that's what got me. A lot of people are gonna talk about the yards he threw for. You can't throw the ball that many times to be a successful team. You have got to establish a running game at some point in time. You
7
cannot have
touches.
50 passing attempts and expect, because think about it. If you look at his passing attempts, he had 50. I think Brady had 30 something. Everybody's like, well, he had more yards. Yeah, he had 15 to 20 more attempts. Also, he's supposed to have more yards.
Yeah,
They
he should.
they will not go as far as they're capable of going if they throw the ball that many times.
Yep.
And to me, I always told people that's going to be, I think, the downfall of Kellen Moore, thinking that he has to
Mm-hmm.
be super innovative with the passing game and throw the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what McCarthy's going to have to step in and be like, hey, no, let's run the ball, establish the ground game,
Oh yeah.
eat up some more of this clock ourselves when we need to. And you have a very capable running back. But this game is a millennial's dream as far as like all the balls being thrown,
Yep.
all the points being scored,
Yep.
and all the yards. To me, like I said, I'm an old head. I'm an old defensive guy. You give me a 10-3 ball game, I'm licking my chops and I'm like, yeah, I'm
Great.
standing up clapping at the
Cool.
end of the night. Please,
Yeah,
please let me have that.
love it.
But yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are really going to have to work on establishing that ground game, and it just helps Dak out. And then the one thing that he does very, very well is the play action pass.
Man, where
So
was
why not run the ball to help open up the play action pass to help him out?
where was it? I kept
It,
looking
it,
for it.
hey, it was like recent Cowboys championships, non-existent. I'm sorry, I went there. I did. I did. Hey, and that's for the young kid that worked at Whataburger that told me that they were better than us because they almost beat us. I didn't even argue with him. I just said, "Okay,
Yeah,
you good."
don't.
That was
What's the old adage? Don't cast pearls before swine. Look, man, just when people say stuff like that, bro, I was like,
yeah,
okay. Look, Zeke only had 7 touches in the game, but he's
right.
involved in 70 plays. That's a problem.
Yeah,
So you got 2 good running backs back there. One of them that's $100 million man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Another one that's on his rookie contract, and Tony Pollard. Dude,
man.
come on, get
And Pollard can catch the ball very well out the backfield. He's a downhill between tackle runner. I like what he does, and it's just one. You've got to utilize your running backs.
got to do
You
it.
got to utilize your running backs to be successful. Because to me, you can come out and pass for 550 yards. If you lose the game, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all. Not at all. All right.
It doesn't matter at
Well,
all. But we're not. Hey, we're not going to harp on it. I will definitely say this: Dallas Cowboy fans should be excited about what they saw from their
absolutely.
offense. Has the defense gotten better? Yeah. Yeah. It's still yet to be seen because when it counted most, Tom Brady did what he did. He picked apart that secondary
They weren't
and put them in.
terrible.
Again, it's still yet to be seen. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. It
Yeah,
has
no,
not
absolutely.
really been established that they're going to be a dominant defense,
Yeah.
but I think they are an improved defense.
Yeah.
Now, if you can keep Gregory off that ooh wee and on the field, Lawrence looked like DeMarcus Lawrence from 2 years ago, which was a scary defensive end. He looked like a
Man,
scary.
and
He looked like a scared. He looked like that DeMarcus Lawrence from a couple years ago that was really putting pressure on quarterbacks all around the league and in that division. And like I said, Randy Gregory, I've always said, even since when that kid first came out of Nebraska, I was like, look, if he can stay on the field,
mm-hmm.
he was a steal at a fourth-round draft pick.
Yeah.
He has long arm. His body type reminds me of my old teammate Simeon Rice.
Mm.
Now he ain't played like he may have played like Minute Rice, but he had played like Simeon Rice. But he has that kind of build and he has
Yeah.
talent. So if he can stay on the field and you can get pressure up front, it's going to help that secondary out.
Yeah.
But you got to
They
be able
need
to
all the help
establish
they
that,
can get.
and they need it because they're young. They
That
need
back
it.
end needs a lot of help, man. Needs a lot of
Yeah,
help.
they
All
need a
right,
lot of
yo,
help.
big game. Let's get into these scores today, man.
Okay, let's do what it do.
Yeah, so first score, Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. They beat up on your guys, Indianapolis Colts, 28-16. Look, my takeaway from this, Russ is still cooking, still looks good. I mean, he's doing his thing out there. I, again, I picked these guys to win that division. I think
Yes, you did. You
they
did.
rolling on. I don't see any issues here.
I picked the, and and I got some flack and shout out to your people, man. They got on and they watched and listened to what we talked about, and a lot of them say they disagree with me a lot, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an expert. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Do not get on a
reali-
plane with this man.
reali- realistically though,
Yeah,
I said I thought Seattle was going to be the second best team in that division because of the defense of the Rams, which we'll see tonight what they look like against the Chicago Bears.
yeah.
But if you sit back and just dive into Russell Wilson's numbers, man, 18 for 23, 254 yards, but 4 touchdown passes. He managed the game like he normally does. And to me, Tyler Lockett is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL. He about the size of my cup, but he runs around. He finds an
Yeah,
open space.
yeah.
He catches the ball. He doesn't take big hits. Um, Carson had a good game on the ground. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny when we get to the NFL now. Anything close to 100 is considered a good game. 14
Yeah,
carries, 91 yards. I mean, I can't be mad at what they did. And how much of it do you think was them being good and doing what they need to do to establish them? I mean, take care of week
yeah,
one,
yeah.
or are the Colts really as bad as we thought they were going to be? Because Carson Wentz, 25 for 38, not horrible, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not way different than Russell.
I mean, too much touchdowns, but yeah, you talk about yards. But I think the other part though is that the thing that Wentz does not have that Russ has is he's able to extend plays. He's
Yeah,
able to get the ball down the field.
right.
When need be, he can use his legs. I mean, so that's the thing that I don't know how well Wentz is.
Uh
That's
huh.
my other part is that is he really well because they were saying that he was going to be out like 4 to 5
Yeah,
weeks or
I was surprised he actually played today the way they were talking last week. I did
yeah,
not see him taking the field today at all. I was really surprised
yeah.
at
So
him being able to take the field today. From
yeah,
from what they were saying last week, I totally agree with you.
yeah,
Um, it's not surprised at
hmm
all at that one.
yeah,
I'm now. Someone said this today on TV. It was I think it was Aaron Taylor said this
hmm
today when I was flipping through all the games, and I think I agree with him. He said that NFC West is probably the best division in football as far as competitive. And only thing is, San Francisco's defense looked okay today. I mean, I know they played Detroit, and
yeah. We
where
got to
we hold
remember.
we all hold Detroit down towards the bottom. Yes, I know this, but
It's Detroit.
so you don't think that the NFC West is competitive? I mean, you're
I think it
NFC
is
East fan
competitive.
now.
Yeah, from top to bottom, it is competitive. Um, when you look at, like you said, you have Rams,
Cardinals,
Cardinals, Rams, Seattle, Niners.
Seahawks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not a bad division.
yeah. I still, have my feelings and sentiment about Stafford, but yes, top to bottom,
Okay. Yes,
he's he's the
you
he's my
really
Ben
established your
Affleck of the
feelings.
NFL. He's my Ben Affleck of the NFL. You know how I feel about Ben Affleck. He's the worst actor slash person ever on the planet. So,
Hey, he got J Lo back.
oh, that's a prize. Is it a
I think that's
prize? Is it?
okay. I'm not gonna go there. My wife watches this show. I'm not gonna go there. My wife watches the podcast. I
Hey
won't say
man, look,
anything,
it's
man.
just like we say in dominoes. All money ain't good money.
Good.
All right, so
Six
I'm
fold,
gonna
never
leave it.
domino. I got you. I got you.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Hey, I'm gonna follow your lead to the next game. We're gonna get off of that one. We're gonna leave Ben and J Lo alone,
There
and
you
we're gonna
go.
get
All
back on
right.
Sorry Detroit later. So yeah, you good.
Hey, so not really sure what was gonna happen in this game, but Jaguars, Texans, man,
Ooh,
oh my gosh. Tyrod Taylor, hello. Good to see you again, bruh.
hey, but you know what? I liked him in LA before he got pulled when
Mm,
he was out. Tyrod Taylor's always competed everywhere he's been.
yes. True.
He was a great. I loved him at Virginia Tech. It was Virginia. I loved him in college.
Yeah.
He's always done well in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's always helped wherever he's been.
Yes.
Um, we all knew that Bear was going. Justin Herbert, Herbert was going to get on the field in
Yeah.
LA. We knew it was going to happen. Something that came up when they had an opportunity when he had to collapse lung to bench him. They benched him. I know we said we are going to talk about this later outside of the scores, but to come in and replace a Deshaun Watson and
Yeah.
to not miss a beat, I mean, it's like he really proved and showed to me
Oh
that
yeah.
he is worthy of being a starter and
Mm-hmm.
established in the NFL and can be. He might just be what the Texans need. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They need a fresh start. He did his thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
but what were your thoughts on the rookie? Not to take away Tyrod Taylor's
No, no,
shine,
no. Not to
but
take away
but
his
but
shine, but yeah,
but, but
he held his own. He looked poised. He looked like, this is where he was supposed to be.
yeah,
I mean, good throws, look comfortable. So yeah, going forward, they get him some more help on that line, get some more
Yeah.
weapons for him, and improve that defense to get it somewhere where they can do something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I think they picked the quarterback of the future,
For
and it
them,
looks like
yeah.
everything is working for him well.
You
And
take away the 3 picks, and it's a different ballgame.
yeah,
He
yeah.
threw 334 yards, but he had 3 interceptions to go along with it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's not to put it in the rookie mistake pile, but it's rookie mistake. Everybody now is really trying to hit you in your mouth, and these are
Yeah,
starters. This ain't
yeah,
preseason,
right.
so yeah, there's that part.
Yep, yep, yep.
But yeah,
But
I was very impressed by Tyrod, and I was also impressed with the rookie out in Jackson. All right, moving on. Eagles Falcons. I was actually
mm,
really kind of chomping at the bit for this one, man, to talk about. First of
hey
all,
man, go
I'm
ahead,
not a
cause
Cowboys
you
person.
called me earlier and told me you like big game. You need to check out this Eagles game, and I'm like, I'm not watching no Eagles. And hey man, you were on something. You knew something I didn't know.
Listen, big game. I've been doing this podcast thing for a little bit now. I watch sports. I'm a fanatic. I can
Right.
definitely say that. Short, fan is short for that. But when I saw and in the Philly Atlanta game, I was like, ooh, you know what? Matt Ryan is here. He got a great tight end in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
They revamped some things. It should be a great game for him. Don't know what's
Right.
going to happen in Philly. I basically picked Philly as the bottom of the NFC East. So I'm thinking, okay,
Me too.
so all right, cool, sounds good. But man, Jalen Hurts. Oh my gosh, 264, 303 touchdowns. Man, looking great. And not to say
Yep.
Atlanta is a slouch, but
And 7 carries for 62 yards, man.
oh
Now,
dude, that's
before you talk bad about me, and I deserve it on this one because I said that Philly would be next to the bottom in the NFC East. East in the NFC East. I said Philly would be close to the bottom. I did.
yeah.
I said, and I don't even want to do this to myself, but I'm kind of taking a page from Eminem and 8 Mile. I'm gonna diss myself before you can diss me in our rap battle right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. Is right because I said that the Atlanta Falcons would finish second in the NFC South. Why did I do that? And seeing the way this game went, Matt Ryan's stat line, I may have had something funny in my cup last week. Something had to be in there because you have Ridley, you go get Pitts,
Yeah.
um, you say you're going to reestablish your running game, but Sanders had 15 carries for 62 yards,
Yeah.
74 yards for no. I'm tripping. I'm on the wrong team. This is what I saw: 7 rushes, 54 yards for Patterson for the Falcons. I mean, just Atlanta did not look good
No.
on. If I'm a Falcons fan, I'm cringing. Like I ball up the blueprints and throw them over my shoulder, and I'm trying to write some new ones up right now
Man,
because it's going to be a long season.
I mean, is he a running back? Is he a tight end? Is he a receiver that's sitting
See,
back
yeah,
there in the backfield? Like, what's going on? I mean, but he looked like the best part of their whole offense.
he is, and he's like a great athlete, but he's a receiver. I mean, like, how good do they want to be? How good can they be if this is what you're going to rely on to be? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I just,
it's a mess in
man.
Atlanta. I don't know how they get out of this. Like I said, especially with the beatdown that the Eagles put on them. Man, it's definitely go back to the drawing board. See
Yeah.
what you got to do because you got to do something.
Hey, Jay, I want to apologize just to all the Eagles fans for what I said.
Wait,
And
let's not go
like I
that
said,
far.
I want Jalen Hurts to prove me wrong. I really do. I'm a fan because just his whole demeanor and
Yeah,
mindset of what he went through in college,
yeah,
he's proven that he can be a pro's pro and a real man about everything.
Yeah.
So
True.
people like that, I want to see have success. I
Love it.
did not think that his skill set was ready to be the guy to lead the Eagles. I said that last week on the show. I
Yeah.
was like that he's not ready to be the guy that the Eagles need him to be. And yet today, but now at the same time, you have to do it again, other than against the Falcons to make
True.
me really, really believe it.
True.
Now,
True.
but at the same time, you made me go shh to myself. I'm gonna sit back and watch and observe to see if it could be duplicated or even
Yeah.
built on for
Next week. Yeah.
next week and on after that. To
Yeah.
because if he can play consistent with Devontae with Smith coming in a wide receiver too, and we still don't know what Rieger can do at being the first round pick the year before, being hurt last year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he might have the weapons he needs to establish themselves for them to be a contender in your division. And I did not think I would ever say that. I really did not think that I would say that the Eagles had a chance to be a contender in the East.
You know, I didn't know how they were going to use him last year when I saw him play my Dallas Cowboys at the end of the season, towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him, hit that edge and turn the corner and basically outrun our whole line and linebackers. I said, "Oh my god, oh my god, we in trouble." So, uh, I was hoping they're like, "We really don't like Jalen Hurts. We're just gonna, trade him." I was like, "Oh, cool, cool." I was
Yeah.
grateful for that, but now I think they actually see that they have something there that they can
Yeah.
put around them.
Yep.
That's going to be scary. Now their defense, though it was Atlanta Falcons, I think there's some parts and pieces that Dallas can definitely expose, and I think New York can possibly expose. But that offense, man, he makes it very dynamic.
But don't forget, man, Cox when he's out, they have a front line on that defensive line that can get after. And their defense plays well because of how they play up front, and the secondary is not bad, man. Like
Yeah,
that's why I'm up and really second guessing myself for what
don't
I
second
said
guess nothing.
earlier.
Don't
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 second
don't
guess
don't
that
do
much.
that.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I
Leave
appreciate
it out.
that.
It's the Falcons. It's still the Falcons though. They're not
That
Detroit,
is true.
but they're
It's the
not the Falcons.
Falcons.
Because now the question is, are they missing Julio now? Are they missing Julio now?
But at the same time, they didn't utilize Julio the last couple of years, I think, the
This
way
is
they
true.
should have anyway.
This is true. So
This team, and that's what, how many years are they removed from a Super Bowl blunder? What was that 4 years, 3 years? They went downhill fast. Like, I don't know how that
yeah,
happened. Like, the wheels fell off and they kept driving. Like, they didn't put no more wheels on.
I talked to a couple of my buddies and people, both pros and amateurs, and we all kind of agree, you know, it was something that happened in that Super Bowl where the Pats took the team's soul. It took the franchise's soul,
It
and they
did.
just haven't
Yes,
been
sir.
able to recover. And it's rare that you see that, but man, it's like they
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 have not been the same since
have
then at all.
not
You
been
are
the same.
correct, man.
Uh,
I must
let's
agree with
let's
you.
get it on to Chargers Washington. Chargers eke it out against the Washington football team. Um, I was kind of surprised. I knew that I had a feeling the Chargers may win, but I was actually
Hmm.
relying on Washington's defense to play a really great game. And I thought they played okay, but not to the standard that I would expect them to do.
Yeah,
Especially being coming out of, I picked them top in the NFC East.
you did. You picked them to win the division, and on paper, that looks like the best defense in the league from what they put together
Mm-hmm.
over the last 4 years of draft picks and what they've done. And like I said, I like Herbert. I liked him at Oregon. I liked him as a rookie last year. I they were think about it. They had about 4 or 5 games last year that they lost by I think 5 or less points,
Mm-hmm.
6 or less. So they were in contest. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think Anthony Lynn should have lost his job. I thought he should have had one more year.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
believe that the Chargers were close to being competitive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I did not think that they could overcome the defense they were going to face today.
No.
And I was shocked when I saw that they won the game. When I was
Yeah.
because like when I was flipping around earlier today, I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about that one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good defensive game, but let me go around to some of these other games that got a little bit more offense going on, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. And I'll go back and check this game right here in a minute. And I turn back and I'm like, oh my goodness,
What's
they
going
done,
on? Yeah.
they done, they done messed around. I mean, Herbert 31 for 47,
Yeah.
337 yards passing, only one touchdown, one interception, sacked twice, but they got it done. And you know the defense played the way I think their defense played better than what I would have anticipated also. But then Ryan Fitz Magic he went 3 for 6 and 13 yards, and they went to Terry Heineke again.
Yeah.
11 for 15, 122 and a touchdown.
Yep.
No one was talking. I mean,
They
I
got to
don't
get that
know.
offense together. They got to
But
get the offense together. Defense can't play that hard, and offense play that way. So
yeah.
they got to do more than that. They got to be able to
But
score more than 20 points.
you're right. And Gibson ran the heck out of the ball, 20 carries, 90 yards. What I mean, but today you got to have a balance. I mean, you had decent runs. Where was the? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Washington football team. I'm mad that
Yeah.
I held them in such high regard coming into today,
Mm-hmm.
and based on the defense, and the offense did nothing to help them out.
Yeah.
I lived those days in Tampa when the defense was like, "Hey, look, man, can y'all just score a couple and we can win the game,
We just need a few.
please?
We
Just
need
get
a
a
few.
couple, man."
Yeah.
Trent, we can't kick another field goal, dog. Get in the end zone. Please get in the end zone. That's all we need is
Do it, man.
you getting in the end zone.
You're killing me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. For real. Next game, Steelers, Bills. This was an odd game to me. I watched a good part of this game. Let me ask this question.
Yes, sir.
Time for Ben to just go ahead and just say it's done. Just hang him up.
Hey, can I tell you what? So my mom's in town. And we watching the game, and I was like, man, this might be the best thing for Cam Newton. She said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Hell, Pittsburgh need a quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger should have retired." It's like,
Ah,
ugh. And if it wasn't, you know, T.J. Watt showed that he earned every dollar
oh
that he
yeah.
just got.
Yes, he
He
did.
earned it. He earned his money, and he showed that in his play today. But I wasn't impressed with the rookie Najee Harris either from Alabama
Yeah.
at all. I was just like, this offense can't play like this if they're gonna win games, and
No.
they got lucky
Yeah.
to win
Yeah,
today.
they
I
did.
mean, yes, I'm right there with you. With Ben needing to just go, he needed to just, in the next team meeting, he just need to say, "Excuse me, Mr. Tomlin, this is not fair to everybody. I'm gonna go and shut this thing down right now." And to me, okay, they went and got Dwayne Haskins to be the backup, but he showed that he couldn't handle his business in Washington. Is he gonna grow up? Does he have the skill set and the ability? But to me, why Pittsburgh is 2 years too late on when they should have went out and got a replacement for Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think they should have already had a replacement
Yep.
in there.
Yeah.
And then he was like, because you know it gets bad when the quarterback goes, well, I'll take a pay cut to stay, and they go, well, we'll let you know, but they kept him. They kept him. To me,
Good, man.
and I don't want to make this about race or nothing else, but he getting chances that other people wouldn't get. RG3 to get that chance. Vince Young to get that chance.
Vince Young,
I mean,
he came out
I
of the
don't.
league with a winning record. So I mean, I look. Here's the stat line: 18 for 32, 188 yards, and one touchdown.
Boo boo.
Come on, man. Is this really done, Ben?
It's it is that is what it is, Jay. It was awful, man. It was hard. The only good part about watching that game was watching that both defenses kind of get after it
Yeah.
a little bit today. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and even when they started out great last year, I was like, dude, it's a facade. Like, it's not
It's
real.
not
Like,
real.
you see it, but you don't see what's really happening. Like, that's not how it's going to go. Like, but then my son's like, Dad, they won 11 games in a row. I was like, but they didn't. They won, but I
That's
mean,
right.
no. I said he's gonna get exposed,
Yeah.
and it's carried over. Like the way that playoff game ended last year, it just started all over again this year. I'm like, dude,
It was,
please get this man off the field.
yeah. It's time, Ben.
Yes, it is definitely time
It's time.
to save him. Hey
He's
man, you gotta have more pride and dignity than that.
Yo, next game, and this is going to be quick because you already know how I feel about one of these teams. The 49ers and the Lions, 41-33. I don't know if they put in the third stringers, and that's how they got 33 points at the end. But I mean, 49ers were up by 28 points, and it's Detroit. So here's
I
my question:
go ahead, go ahead.
Trey Lance throws the first touchdown for the Niners this season,
Hmm.
and he's pulled for Garoppolo. Right? They're going to a different scheme. Do you think that was a good idea or no?
Well, they already said going into the week that Jimmy G was the guy, and he was going to be the man. And Trey's going to get some series, some plays, some stuff for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they stayed true to what they said, and I'm not mad at them for deciding to do that. Like they decided to go, they did what they did. They pulled and they got Jimmy G going. The way the defense played, take that chance, let him continue to learn. Trey Lance is gonna be okay, man. He's
Yeah.
gonna be okay. To me, I think it's more of let us see what we have with Jimmy Garoppolo. Can he do what we need him to do while we continue to get Trey Lance ready to play? And then
Mm-hmm.
when it's time to make a switch, you have to make a switch. Now,
Yeah.
whether that be in the middle of the year, you make it. If it's next year, you make it. You can't teeter with the first round pick like that
Right.
for more than 1 year. So let them feel it out and see how it's gonna work. Because Alex Smith this morning has some really good points. He said every time he was in the situation, it made him better. Although like he lost the job to Colin Kaepernick, but then he went to Kansas City and looked like a whole brand new man
But he
until
lost
Patrick,
the job to
until Patrick,
Pat
until Patrick,
Mahomes.
but not right away. Not right away. Yes, he lost again. But he went to Washington and looked like a brand new man again.
And
So it
then
made
his
him it
leg
made
got
him
messed up
focus. It
again.
made him. I'll stop. Okay. My
I,
point is,
I get what you're saying, but
it made him focus. It made him better. I
I
think
got you.
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come out and play better. Now, is it going to be good enough for him to stay on the team another year and Trey Lance wait on the bench again? I don't think that.
Man,
But I think it's going to be good audition tape for him to find another squad to go to next year. And if that 49ers defense can get back to where they were the year they went to the Super Bowl, they might have a chance to win the West and go. Not yet, I know, don't tell me. It was Detroit. Yes, I know.
it's
But
Detroit.
as a 49ers fan, I would have been happy to see my team perform the way they did today. Whereas sometimes, Jim Garoppolo's where's Waldo? You didn't know where he was. You looked to find him in that red jersey, but you had to look real, real hard to pick him out of everybody else. And
Big game.
today, he did his thing. Go ahead. Go hit me with something. Go ahead.
What's the week Trey Lance starts this season? Just give me the
Oh,
number. Give me the
oh.
number.
If Trey Lance is to start, he's gonna start this year.
Okay, I'll give you this. Either
Go
give me
ahead.
the number or it's next season. And it sounds like you're saying next season.
I think the way Jimmy G played today, if he maintains this, Trey Lance doesn't start this year. They'll just put him in certain packages and situations. That's my thought process. Now, could I be wrong? Maybe. Okay, I'll say this, and I'm not teeter totter, and I'm not on the seesaw. I don't want nobody to think, "Hey, come on, man, you gotta make your mind up." If by week 8,
Hmm.
the wheels start to fall off, look like it's going downhill, they
Mm-hmm.
make the move. But as long as they're winning, they're competitive, and they have a chance to win the division, Jimmy G remains the quarterback.
Okay. All right. We're gonna circle
That's my
back around.
story, and I'm sticking to it. I know you made a mental note. It's cool. I'll take that. I'll take that mental note. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't
Writing it
care.
down right now.
Write it down. Please
Okay.
do.
Right. I'm
But
writing it down.
if they're not falling into a loser streak going into week 8 or close to that, the halfway point, so to speak, Jimmy G will remain the man.
All right.
Now, or ask me after the Rams game.
I like how you did that. Okay. Moving on. Bengals squeak it out against the Vikings.
Did
Where
not
does
see
it
this
end?
happening at all. I just knew Minnesota's defense and ground game would get them past this. Joe Burrow's coming off the knee injury. No way at all. The
What
Bengals win
happened?
this game. And all of a sudden, my son's like, "The Bengals won!" I was like, "What? They really kicked the field goal to win the game?
Yeah. What?
Wow."
It's a head scratcher. I don't know.
Mm,
Like
um,
how are the Bengals still like how are the Bengals in the game with Minnesota is my
but you know what
question.
though? Yeah, but Jamar Chase out of LSU, first round pick this year.
Man.
That he 5 catches, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, like targeted 7 times, caught 5 of the 7. Burrow, we said, needed a target. We knew
Yeah.
AJ Green was gonna be goals. They've been Hey man, I cannot be mad at them. I'm more surprised, I think, at Minnesota's defense and giving up the points that they did. Giving up 27 points to the Bengals. I didn't think that would happen.
Well,
And you got Devin Cook, a running back.
man,
Boy,
Joe
I'm,
Mixon.
hey, j-
I've
but you know
always
what?
liked Joe Mixon.
Me too.
I've always liked Joe Mixon.
I mean, I've always tried to look past the negative that came out about him,
Right.
um, for what happened to him in school,
Right, right.
because he had a great skill set at Oklahoma. I was like, this kid's gonna be a good NFL running back,
Oh yeah.
and I'm right there with you. I can't say that he's not capable of doing the things that he did today. I mean, he's good.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's good,
that whole squad,
and I
yeah.
wish I had him in fantasy good. That's what he was today.
Yeah. I was looking at him like, I don't know.
Right,
Man,
right,
yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely someone to keep looking out for. But yeah, Joe Burrow, 128 rating, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, man, like I said, 29 carries for 127 yards. Look, and a touchdown. Who
But
knows?
they got to get some protection because he was sacked five
Oh
times today.
yeah, but
He
you know
coming off a knee injury and he was running around for his life and got yeah,
yeah,
they gonna have to fix that, address it, something. But he
yeah.
can't get through a whole season like that. And if he goes down again, you might as well put some gasoline and put a match to it. It's over for them.
It's
If he gets
hey,
hurt, it's
that
done.
whole line and the O line coach need to go look in the papers for some jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
what needs to happen.
Yes,
Look,
sir.
man, Jets Panthers. Do we care? Do we care?
Yes, no.
19-14. Panthers pull
I'm
it.
ha- I'm happy Sam Darnold beat his old team, but
And so that's great.
hey,
Just
it's
look
one of those
at this.
teams. It's one of those things to where you look at it and Christian McCaffrey is explosive, but it's like it's never going to be enough in Carolina to get them over a hump. Not him alone. So
Look,
you're right. No
there
one
was a
cares.
point Carolina was gonna have they were gonna run the Wildcat the whole season with this guy. Like there was
Right.
a point they were gonna do that. Like
Right.
at no point in professional football, whether it's World League or the NFL, should you ever
Whoa.
run.
Did you say? Did you
I
really go
said
back and say World League?
World League,
The New York,
USFL,
the New York Knights, the Sacramento
Canadian
Thunder.
League,
Oh,
what's the other one? The X, whatever the one that WWE had. None of that. No league, no professional,
you
no league where
you
people
said
get
that.
paid to play football. Do you run the Wildcat?
You said XFL.
XFL. No, you don't do that. So
Um,
Carolina has been a mess since again that Super Bowl where their soul was taken by Denver.
you you don't think Matt Rule can come in and do the job there as a head
I
coach? Do
want
you
him
think?
to, and he looked promising last year, but I think with everything that's kind of going on, they still, in my opinion, don't have the quarterback that they need or want to
You know
move
they say
forward. I just don't think Donald
you
is it.
not you not sold on it. See, I just don't think I can give him a fair assessment from being under Gase's tutelage in New York until I give him a full year under Matt Rule and I forget the offensive coordinator's name. He was supposed to be the young guru when he came out of from LSU to there, worked with the Saints before. I want to see it. I want to see it. And if I could have hair, I would just let you know right now. I would have Robbie Anderson's hair. I think it's off the chain. I don't know how he get it to look like that, but
And you know
yeah,
what? And on
Yeah.
that note, that's why we don't need to spend a lot of time on this. People being envious of us. If you said Palomalu, I got you. Yeah, yes, I want that too. I
I,
want a head and
I,
shoulders.
I could never have head and shoulders here. I mean, I'm being realistic. I couldn't have what Robbie Anderson got. I couldn't have that long, flowing black off of TV blowing the wind hair that Palomalu had. Never, ever, ever.
That's what I'm working towards, man. Even at this
You're
age.
right.
All
You're right. I'm tripping.
right.
Yeah. You're right. No, hit the button. My bad. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. I apologize.
Cardinals, Titans. What? Again, this is a
And I
surprise.
tell you, can I tell you that I was surprised and impressed. And my mom got mad at me because I turned from the Steelers game and put the Cardinals game on. Um, we both know Kyler Murray is a local guy from the area,
Yeah,
and I watched him since high school and to watch some of the things he did.
man.
But that defensive performance of what they did today, I was beyond impressed. I was like, there is no way in the world the Cardinals are doing this right now the way that they are. And for Jones, 5 sacks,
Five. Five sacks.
5 sacks,
Five
three
sacks.
in the three in the first half.
Man. Five
Again,
sacks.
and against a guy that's a Pro Bowler that's supposed to be one of the best tackles in the league. Whoa.
And you got the man among men, the beast, the beast mode 2.0, Derrick Henry back there. Like,
Right,
dude, it's 17 carries, 58 yards.
man.
How does that
And
happen? I mean, it's
wow.
Colin Murray 5 touchdowns. I mean,
Right.
man, what?
And then your boy JJ Watt looked like he right back at home.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Wow.
more surprised. I think more at the play of the Titans, but also the play of the defense of the Cardinals. I just
See, that's what got me. I did not think that the Cardinals defense would stop
mm,
that run game, and
no,
I thought it would open up that passing game. And it never, ever
it never happened.
happened.
It never let it
It
happen.
never happened. And I think that's what surprised me more than anything else. And
That's it.
I'm not mad at it. I love the way they played. And I know a lot of people was questioning Kingsbury. They said he's had success on offense, which
Mhm.
they thought would happen, but
Yeah,
could he get his defense to play well enough to win games? And for them to compete in their division, they have a defense now. Well, it's one game. Let me say they have it now.
it's a game.
But it's one game. But it makes you think, wow, if they can do mimic this and play like this, it puts them on the same level as the Rams almost.
Yeah,
Right or wrong. I
yeah.
mean,
No, it does. It
and
does.
if you would have asked me that last week when we were talking, hey, how close are the Cardinals to being on the Rams level? I'm like, no.
No, no. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Let's see. We're gonna have to kind of get through these, but we can. And I'm just telling you, man, Dolphins Pats. Was this
What ended up being the final score of that one? Because
17
I,
16 Dolphins pulled it out. I mean, it's kind of what we expected out of that.
yeah,
I think, we thought Dolphins would win maybe by a little bit more than this, but,
right.
here we go.
Um,
Dolphins, Pats, I don't know.
New New England's gonna be better than what they were last year.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a little more competitive just because they also had the most guys on the opt-out list last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that changed the dynamic. Most of them got back playing. Um, Mac Jones, just to look at it, and 28 for 39, 281 yards, one touchdown. Um, eh. Tua Tagovailoa, 16 for 27,
Yeah.
202 yards, one touchdown, one interception, sacked twice. It was not. It was an exciting game because it was close in nature by the defense, I think.
Right.
But I wasn't overly impressed by either offense, though.
Mm-mm. No, not at all.
You
Not
know
at
what I
all.
mean? It's just like,
Yeah, I saw
somebody
clips
got to
and it's
win.
like, this is, I mean, it's not the defense that's really doing anything. It's more the offense not doing anything.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
I'm kind of jury is out on both for me to see what they're going to do for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I don't
And to
know.
me, Buffalo's still the team to beat in that division. What happens there is, unless you're a fan, you just keep it moving. So,
Let's see. Next one, Broncos, Giants. Broncos pull it out 27-13.
hey man, Teddy Bridgewater looked
Hey,
amazing in this game, and
yes,
we talked about it last week, and
we
we
did.
said that I think Teddy Bridgewater is underrated, and especially coming off when he was going to be the man in Minnesota before the injury happened.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of people forget that. And some of the plays he made today, I was just like, he sat, he threw the ball. Jerry Judy caught. Oh my God.
Yeah,
They dropped. And Parker played his butt off for them today.
yeah,
They were just getting things done
yeah.
and getting in the end zone. And I, now, do I know it's the New York Giants? Yes, I do. But I'm still more so just impressed on the play
Yeah,
of Teddy Bridgewater more
that's
so than anything else
same here.
because he made himself look like because and we talked about this earlier on before we even started the show, like
Mhm.
going into the competition. You know, they had a quarterback competition.
Yeah.
And they said that it was going to be open season between him and Drew Lock over the preseason.
Hmm.
They would name a starter. They both had an equal chance.
Yeah.
And I never believed that Bridgewater had in my mind. I was like, he don't have
Mm.
really a shot. They brought him there to be a veteran backup, and if they need him in crucial situations, if Lock was to get hurt, they'll use him
Yeah.
because John Elway loves this young kid. He loves him.
Yes. Yep.
So I didn't see Teddy Bridgewater even getting a chance. So I think to see him perform the way he did today,
Yeah.
off of that, I was like, okay,
Absolutely.
okay. I was like, I was like, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's impressive. That's
Absolutely.
impressive today.
Browns, Chiefs. Chiefs pulled it out 33-29. Slow start for the Chiefs, as usual, per usual in the beginning of the year, but they find a way to just beat you down with their offense. But a
Man,
win for the defense to match or at least be
they
somewhat.
are they got away with one today, and
Yeah.
they won a game that they got it. They really won a game they shouldn't have won. To me, Cleveland did everything right but finished the game
Mm-hmm.
to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like they came out, they established themselves early. Chubb, man,
Yeah.
is amazing, and then Kareem Hunt is still like he has it, and it's a good change of pace back. They got
Yeah.
two guys that can get in there and carry the ball, carry the load. Baker Mayfield plays off of them. Landry is, I mean,
Yeah.
they got all these things in place. They did everything well enough, but win the game at the end. And if I'm Cleveland, I'm not. I'm almost taking a page out of the Dallas Cowboys book. We almost beat a team that made it to the Super Bowl. We did good. We cool. I
Almost.
mean,
But I
almost
actually think Cleveland should be upset with themselves at this
for
game
letting it get away.
for letting it get away. Because
Okay.
the this is what Kansas City did 2 years ago against the 49ers. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You
You're right.
gotta know. And during that whole run, they were down early and just came back and would just put a wallop on people. So you know
Yeah.
they're capable. I mean, Tyreek Hill, 197 yards receiving. Look, you know what
Yeah.
this guy is. Kelsey was looking awesome and amazing in the beginning. So you know
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is the type of guy where he's like, all right, yeah, you up by how much? 12, 15? Okay, cool, no problem. We'll just start slinging it. I know we know what to do.
Yeah. We know that the Chiefs never one time were scared that they were going to
No,
lose a game. Now, whether they lost it or not is different. They were never nervous about
not
not
at all.
winning the game, and that helps
Yeah,
because you could tell at the end of that game, it came down to Cleveland trying not to lose instead of playing to win.
and that's
And
what
that's
happened.
a big difference. You can't do that. So,
Big difference. All
big
right,
difference.
last one before the late night game. Packers, Saints.
Ooh,
Wrap your mind around this, man. Wrap
I
your
can't.
mind around this. Wait a
Mm,
minute.
mm.
Let's just Aaron Rodgers, 15 for 28, 133 yards, two interceptions
Yes.
against the other quarterback on the other side who everyone wrote off. Jameis stealing them crab legs, Winston.
I knew you was gonna say that.
You knew I had to
I
do it.
knew. Come on, man.
You
Come
knew
on,
it.
man.
Come on,
I was
man.
like, he gonna say something about some crab legs and go get a reaction out
You
of
know,
me.
crab
And
legs, aka 30 for 30, aka who me? That dude right there. 14 for
Jabbo
20.
was what they called it. Hey,
14
it
for
wasn't.
20.
It
148
wasn't.
yards, but 5 touchdowns.
And the thing is, the defense got him the ball where he worked the short field a lot.
Uh,
So he didn't have a real long field to work to get big yards. But
but
he
he,
maximized his opportunities in the red zone. 5 passing touchdowns for Jameis Winston today. Hey, man. And I'm not just saying this, and I've said this before.
yes.
I was a Winston fan in Tampa. I really was. Now, did he single-handedly blow a lot of games for us 2 years ago? He did. But they asked Jameis to do things that he wasn't good at.
Mm,
And I'll say this. He took into account his conditioning, what he needed to do. He came out. I watched some of his workout videos on Twitter and on Instagram. He was putting in some major work this offseason. And he got himself into crazy shape and proved that he wanted to be the guy that Minnesota, that New Orleans was going to have to rely on
yeah.
and name him the starter. I can't do that but take my hat off to him. And did it him playing better today didn't really surprise me because he put the work in.
Yeah.
But the play of the Green Bay Packers showed me that all the drama that lingered on the whole offseason has carried over into the season a little bit.
Man, look, this is what was going on in Packer Nation.
Uh-oh.
It was like, oh my God, what happened? Are you serious?
Right.
Dude, they was like, yo, we gotta sound the alarm. Hey, we are in trouble. We got issues. And you notice 3 points? 3 points, dude.
Yeah.
And here's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. I was like, in the outside chance that Aaron really is that bitter dude, because he kind of comes off as that bitter dude.
Don't say it. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
Would he not really play up to the
Nah.
standards
No.
that he
No. No.
normally
No. No.
plays?
No. No. I would.
No.
Hey, you need to have a button on that damn thing that goes stop. Stop.
I got you for the next one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm hitting stop. We're gonna
Hey,
stop you.
come on, man.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Jay,
I mean,
because
Aaron.
a guy like Aaron Rodgers is too competitive to not go out and give his best effort. I think every time he touches the field, and to me, anybody that starts in the NFL, if you do not give your best effort when you step onto that field, you're a detriment to your team, yourself, everybody else. You can get yourself hurt. I'm not gonna sit there and say he's like, shit, yeah, I came back, but yeah, whatever. No, man, he wanted to win that game because to me, he has too much of an ego to not want to go out and do his best and win every week.
Dude, that's a horrible stat line into okay.
This is a rookie stat line. If you look at this, it's like, damn, this is a rookie year stat line. I agree
Dude,
with you. I totally agree with you. I cannot not agree with you.
I'll,
But the Saints do still have what
yeah,
some people consider to be one of the best defenses
they
in the
do have
league.
a great defense.
Cam Jordan is a monster. That's my dog. Love watching him play. He gets after it.
Yeah.
They just hit him in the mouth.
Oh man.
And they played in Jacksonville when I know it was hot and humid today.
True.
Hey,
But he was used to it.
Did that game mess you up when you turned to it? I was like,
Yeah, a little bit.
my brain just
Little
forgot.
bit.
I was like, I say, where does sun come from in the
Yeah.
sugar dome? I was like, I say, how Mercedes Benz? I said they put in the sunroof.
Man, I was.
And
Just
then I was like, boy, they played in Jacksonville today. I forgot. It messed me up at first though. It
yeah,
really did.
man, that's a fact. Yo,
Yeah,
so
man.
that pretty much caps everything except for the late night and the Monday game. But we definitely want to, touch on real quick if we got the time. Man, we got like 1 minute before kickoff. But hey,
1 minute before kickoff, but we still got 2 things we need to talk about, right?
we do.
All right, so we're gonna get it out. This game tonight, though, just to touch on it beforehand, I'm hoping I'm hoping it's a slugfest on both defensive sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I hope it's the game that I imagine it being from a defensive standpoint.
Mhm.
And also, is Matthew Stafford going to be that guy that the Rams really need to get them over the hump to get them back to the Super Bowl again?
Ben Affleck of the NFL. I keep telling you, man. You want to root for him, but you know you hate him. So why do it?
I we shall see, but I think we're in for a good game tonight.
I hope so.
Anytime Khalil Mack is on the field, Aaron
Hey,
Donald's
man.
on the field, man, I get excited watching both of those guys
Yeah.
play. I love their effort. I love what they do for the game,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun, man, to watch and
Yeah.
see.
For sure. For sure. And then a Monday night game, Ravens, Raiders.
Hey,
Ooh.
man, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is anybody left in Baltimore to even play? All I keep hearing about is sick and injuries, and
Dude.
it's just like, to me, I don't even think the Baltimore Ravens are going to have the right mental makeup to be relevant in that game against the Raiders tomorrow.
Listen, they are looking for anybody in was that Prince George's County that
Yeah,
has ever played football.
and
If
I
you
think they got Joe the janitor from Saint Makowitz Catholic to come out and play running back. Dude, it like everybody in Prince George County, they need him. It is awful, man. I
hey
don't
man,
know. As a player, you learn to, especially by the time you get to the NFL, you learn to deal with adversity, and overcome
sure,
adversity,
sure,
and they have the right coach to preach it to them.
yeah,
But in the back of your mind, when certain things happen, you are doubting, like, man, we ain't got the
yeah.
right tools.
But
I
here's
ain't
the
got the right
thing:
tools in this toolbox.
they're not getting hurt in the games; they're getting hurt in practice. So if you
Right,
are a player and you say, "All right, if I get on this field, I know at least 4 or 5 guys have got hurt on this field." How do you feel about getting out there and coach like, "All right, let's run it"? Like, I don't know, coach.
right.
I'm
I'm
gonna go practice
straight.
on the other field. We got another. I know you got like 3, 4 fields, so I'm gonna go practice on this field, not the
Right.
one, not the knee field. I don't need the ACL field. Let me
Yeah,
go.
they need to go to the walkthrough field and just do some walkthroughs, dog, because it's
Hey,
all bad, man.
I
It's
mean, there
it's
are
a scary
reports.
situation.
Yeah, there are reports now coming out that NFLPA may actually be investigating, what's going on the field and the facilities, which they need to do because if you have players getting hurt like this, I mean, look, like I said, never played pro, but I know this. If I went out to a field, wherever field I'm playing, and I'm looking at it, and I'm not feeling too great about it, I'm bringing it up to the coach like, hey, nah, I
Right.
don't know. I don't know.
I feel you.
I don't
I
know.
feel you.
I don't know.
But there's no reason for the facilities not to be what they need to be.
Not at all. Not if you're getting hurt on knees, man. Not like
Yeah.
this. Not
So
like this.
I hadn't seen it, but hopefully they ain't out there running on Groundhog's Day.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Hey,
Please, Lord, help
get
them
Bill
out.
Murray out there.
Right. Right.
Yo, so real quick, this past week, Cam Newton put out an interview that he had with his dad, right? On his, I believe it was on the IG page and
Funky
Facebook.
Fridays is what they call it.
Yeah,
They got the little they Funky Fridays on IG and YouTube and
yeah.
Facebook and everything else. Yeah, I'm really glad that you taught me into digging in and checking this thing out, man.
What'd you think about it?
I'm gonna say this, man. Ken is an interesting character,
Yeah,
and I don't say that in a mean, bad, disrespectful way because you know what? Everybody has to be their own person, and everybody carries themselves in different ways. And I don't see nothing wrong with you being a little bit eccentric and a little bit different,
right.
if that's who you are. And he swears up and down he's been that way ever since high school up to where he is now.
Hmm.
Um, the one thing I will say, watching that entire interview,
Yeah,
because at first I only got pieces of it on
right.
ESPN and listening to it and the Twitter page, I didn't really. I was like, and also the fool's hair coming out of his hat, I thought were antlers. I was like, did he put on like some reindeer antlers to do an
Bro,
interview? And
I'm
then I
gonna tell you,
realized
cut that hat. That's a nice looking hat. That's an
that's a great hat.
expensive hat.
And he cut a hole in it for his hair to come out. Yes, he did. He did. He did. But the one thing I think I can say that I learned about Cam Newton, if he was being sincere,
Yeah.
Although I got a story I could share about him to you off this camera that I'm gonna be like, what? Yeah. But if he was sincere,
Yeah.
not one time did Cam point the finger
Yeah.
or try to put the blame on anyone else. He manned up. He said he saw it coming. He said why he thought it was coming.
Yeah.
And he, after looking back at the details of it, yeah, he was getting first team reps, but he was getting 5 first team reps. And when the first team went again, Mac Jones was getting 10 to 15 first team reps. Like, oh damn, I should have saw it then.
Yeah.
He kind of missed the underline right on the wall. And let me tell you, coming from a player that's had that tap on the shoulder, hey, they need to see you real quick.
Yeah.
That's a gut wrenching feeling, man,
Yeah.
because here it is, all the work you put in, all the blood, sweat, tears,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice, and at some point in time, you've always been the man. You know what I'm saying? Like to get to the highest level, you've had to been the man somewhere, right?
Right.
But to get that, hey, I need to see you. Come this way. And he said, hey, Bill's office down there. How Bill want to see me? So he already knew where he was going. He kind of figured it out. He put the pieces together. But Cam Newton didn't blame anybody. Dan Cecil tried to change up and say he wasn't going to blame it, but he said, I'm going to talk about a couple different things. But he still wanted to blame it on some other the stigmas and things that go on associated with black quarterbacks.
True.
But his son didn't really let him do that. He kind of said, hey, it is what it is. I told him I'd do this. I don't think they wanted Mac Jones looking over his shoulder, which I can totally see that.
Yep.
And they decided to part ways with me. So I wasn't mad at the whole interview. And the
Yeah.
thing is, I'm glad I watched it because I know I had a conversation with a couple of people. I was like, man, you see this Cam Newton thing coming out? They was like, man, he a fool, man. You see what it look like? You see, but they didn't listen to the whole interview. So I
Right.
think to be fair to Cam Newton,
Yeah.
you have to watch the entire thing.
Yep.
And never one time did he speak ill will or mad.
Mm.
And he seems cool with what's happening.
Yeah.
That he really believes that he's gonna get another chance to do what uh, he loves to do, what he
Yeah.
wants to do. So
And I
I
mean,
like I like the interview, man.
yeah, and I think he's definitely right in the fact that, he's at least better than one of these 32 quarterbacks that are in the league.
No, he better than a couple of them 32. But yeah, go ahead, do. Hell, okay.
Two,
I know at
three.
least one right now. Ben Roethlisberger needed. Yes, he's better than him for sure.
Because that's the next
Hey,
question that we lead into. What do you
and
think, Cam
and
Newton?
you said Matt Stafford is the Ben Affleck of the NFL. So if
Hey,
he the Ben Affleck,
put him there.
Cam Newton better than the quarterback of Detroit too,
Put him there.
which is a
I'm okay
team I
with that.
said I can see him playing with.
Put him
Not
in the
Detroit, my
Rams.
bad. LA
Yeah, put him in
can't,
the Rams. I don't
but
care.
it can't go to LA. He might end up wearing a skirt somewhere. Like his fashion sense might be off the chain in LA, dog.
Now
I
look,
don't know.
I have to admit this. I want to get one of those onesies he was wearing.
No,
The jumpsuit.
hit the button. Hit the button.
Uh-uh.
We not wearing a romper, dog. You
The
can't wear
the
no romper
male
and do a show with
romper.
me.
Look, man, it's hot in Texas. That James Bond used to wear that, man. You know what I'm saying? The original James Bond.
Talk about
Yeah.
Sean Connery, James Bond.
Yeah, sure. Sean Connery.
He
James
he
Bond.
wore one. He wore a romper.
He wore a romper. Check it
Hey
out.
man, you gonna make me get on the internet tonight and find that? I don't believe you. I don't
Sean
believe
Connery
Sean Connery
wore,
wore a romper,
and it
dog.
was like a felt kind of deal, man. It was kind of nice. It was kind of fly. I was like,
Hey
yo,
man,
Mel Romper.
let me interrupt you. And normally I say, hey, sorry for interrupting you. I'm gonna stop you right there. Cause ain't no grown man I know and talk to about to put on no big ass onesie and talk about, hey, Cam did it. Nope, can't do it. Nope.
Now
Mm-mm.
I can't wear the
Stop.
babushka. I can't wear the babushka with the hat. That's not me. But a Mel Romper,
You wanna wear a romper and the Planet Peanut Man hat?
bro. I'm not wearing that. But I definitely have a hat, a visor, some shades or something, man. But some blockers, some sun blockers. But you gonna check me out
What?
if I have a Mel Romper, man. I'm gonna send you
I,
one too. I gotta find one
mm,
your size though. I'm gonna send you one.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna entertain this conversation right now because it's gonna be some jokes on the internet. It's gonna be some jokes. But just
Yeah,
what did you when you real talk though? When
yeah,
you saw the conversation, what did you
yeah.
take from it, man?
Nah, you know what? Kind of the same thing that you're talking about, man. It's once you get past the everything about him, the outside part of, and the quote unquote craziness or whatever it is. I mean, yeah, he was sincere. I think he knew it was coming, but he was still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of those things like, okay, well, I may have got cut, but I should be picked up by now. I think it was one of those things, and I think it was also kind of a letter to the NFL to say, look, I'm here, I'm ready. You know what I can do. Somebody needs to come and get me. And so that's what I
Yeah.
kind of picked up about it. And he did kind of chart, hey, this is where I've been, this is what I've been about. Some things weren't right with me, and some things weren't right with them. But I think he's definitely grown. I think he's tried to be what they wanted him to be. They
Right.
want Cam to be what he's supposed to be. What Cam was coming out of school, going into Carolina, playing the way he did, going up to the Super Bowl, being the league MVP. I mean, that's what Cam was. He's a big body,
Yeah.
and he could take some punishment. Can't take as much now, but I really think it was kind of that letter to the NFL. Like, look, this is what I am. I should be on the team, and I should have the
And he should be. And like I said, we can make this a whole nother show topic
Oh
by
yeah,
itself.
yeah,
I hate that people hate on Brady, but at the same time they give Brady secret praise for
yeah,
being as old as he is and having the success that he does at his age and
yeah,
still being in the league. But yet you get some of these African American quarterbacks that get written off, and everyone makes an excuse
yeah,
of why they don't want to deal with them. What are you afraid of? What are you
you're right.
scared of? What do you not want to deal with? What is it about Cam Newton that makes you not want him around your franchise and your team? Because he looks like the Planters Peanut Man or Rollo from Fred Sanford every now and then in the press conference? I mean, realistically,
Yeah,
look at the skill set. If the skill set was so diminished, Jay, I would be like, you know what? Cam doesn't have it anymore. He's done. Let's write him off.
yeah,
Move on. But when you get Ben Roethlisberger still playing, Andy Dalton's on rosters, Nick Foles on rosters, Chase Daniels being in the league as a backup. Come on, dog. You cannot tell me Cam Newton
yeah.
does not deserve a spot on someone's roster, even if it's holding a clipboard. He His resume is better than half of
And
them.
I mean, he said
More than
that.
half.
He said, "Hey, I'll be a backup." I mean, don't come in for that. But
That's
I
why I
think,
said,
but
go
here's
ahead.
what I
Go ahead.
think though. The fact that, and this is what we kind of talked about when we were texting each other and said, "Hey, man, how would you feel though if someone was in your locker room that wasn't vaccinated, that's your backup, and if your QB1 goes down, and now he's out for 5 days because he may have come in contact, so now you're down to QB3 or a practice squad."
Yeah, but okay. And this is my whole thing. And I did a whole podcast about this before we got the new season together and got together to do this thing. And I talked about if it comes down to people's money, games can be suspended or forfeited because you're not at a certain vaccination rate. You should be vaccinated. And this is my whole thing. If I know I'm on a 53-man roster, my health is important enough, and my health dictates the people's paychecks, I need to be vaccinated.
Yeah,
Now, my moral beliefs are, and I went back to the old school. I done got every vaccination under the sun from the time I was born in 1975, whatever it is,
right,
to now, right?
right, right,
So people talk about, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in them vaccines that we took in the 80s. I don't know what they put in me. I really don't.
right.
So I'm not going to blame. When it comes to a point where you have something like COVID-19 going around, different variants popping up,
Yeah,
not knowing what it's going to do to you,
yep,
knowing it can make you sick.
yep,
If enough people on my team get sick and we can't play, we lose our money, I'm going to take the vaccine.
yeah,
To me, I don't know what the whole, moral dilemma is for players of why they don't want to take it.
yeah,
But to me is, really if it came down to it, hell, NFL making a mandate. Make everybody get it.
yep.
Take care of everybody.
It,
If you're gonna have an NFL season, every NFL player should have been vaccinated. And that's where I stand. And that would have been my point in the locker room. And
yep,
I wasn't super vocal in the locker room because I had loudmouths on my team. But at the same time, I stood my ground and said what I believed. and
Right.
I still do the same thing to this day. I ain't never bit my tongue ever.
Right.
So I will speak on that.
Yeah.
If me being selfish would end up costing somebody money in the long run, and everybody's like, it can't be about money. You doing the job though. You ain't gonna play and give your check up.
That's
So
it.
it's gotta be about money when it come down to it.
That's it.
When they telling you we can suspend a game and no player on that roster will get
A
their
paycheck.
compensation for that week. Hold up, player. Now let me tell you. I'm gonna say it like this, and y'all can look into my face close. I was not the highest paid player in the NFL by no means, and I know that.
Right.
But I know what my checks look like. They was off. I
Yeah.
if I could just have one of them back right now, compared to what I get paid every month now, she what? I'm gonna get that. You can shoot me twice a week.
Man.
I get I'll get a booster every week of the season. 17
Yeah.
booster shots, Jay. I would have 17 booster shots because I know what those checks look like. And
Man.
guess what? Everybody say it can't be about money. Money ain't everything. Yeah, but you pay bills with that
A lot
money
of
that you
things.
get,
Money's a lot
and
of things.
you need
Yeah.
to live, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna mess up your money. Don't mess up my money
That's
because I
it.
know what my check look like.
That's it. That's it. Hey, last topic. Let's flip it so we can get back to this game. We're in Q1 right now. Deshaun Watson.
Man,
uh, where do you think he ends up? What was now that you have Tyrod Taylor playing the way he does, and the whole, we not even we have that's a whole nother show about the backup.
right?
As far as the background on what's going on with him and the 22 cases and all of that. But as far as what's going on with him, you know, they're actually
Um,
the Texans are actually talking about six picks or sorry, six players and or picks for Deshaun Watson.
hey man, their asking price for Deshaun Watson is ignorant right now. To where like a lot of teams need quarterbacks. And a lot of people said that, what if hypothetically
Yeah,
the Sam Darnold thing doesn't work out in Carolina? Carolina could want to come and take Deshaun Watson right now. Or the Tua Tagovailoa that thing doesn't work out in Miami.
right,
Miami is another place that he's expressed interest in.
right.
But the asking price that high, I would almost have to be on drugs to agree to that. And the thing is, the Texans knew that. So we all know Deshaun Watson had a no trade clause in his contract. So that means he dictated where he would go when he said he wanted to be traded. The one team that was ready to pull the trigger first was the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep,
They just went and drafted a quarterback in the first round. They out the picture.
they're good.
Um, well, we don't want to lose him, so hey, Mr. Lawyer, you
Yeah.
live around the corner from me. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God, Deshaun Watson got 22 charges
Yeah.
against him.
Yeah.
10 seconds. What?
Yeah.
What is now? Did he do something wrong? Nobody perfect. He did some things probably, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it became a smear campaign. He do no different than Robert Kraft, and Robert Kraft's still making millions and billions, right?
He's a
So
fact.
now Deshaun Watson is out as a quarterback. They're not going to play him.
No.
They're going to ask for anything that's just ridiculous to get him signed. I mean, the dude is in limbo, man. It's a bad
Yeah.
situation. Now,
Yeah.
the only thing that's going to help him, if some teams that are in a competitive situation, if a quarterback goes down and they need somebody right away, they might be willing to give that up. But at the same time, that asking price is so high right now. They're pretty much leaving him out to dry. And then experts are saying that they're going to wait to see if they start to win. Some teams might be less reluctant to take draft picks from them because their draft picks going to be. It's a bad situation, man.
It's
I,
really
I
bad.
feel I feel bad for the young man because he's in a no-win situation, bro.
He really
At
is.
all.
He really is. So
Right.
I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I think it's just like you said, it's a bad situation. But 6 picks, look, that this reminds me of Mike Ditka and
Ricky
Ricky.
Wood. Wow. But Mike Dicker he ended up losing his job being that stupid. Is there any GM and coach that dumb to try to pull off the Mike Dicker trade?
Man, if they do, again, refer back to Mike Ditka, that will
Right.
be your fate because there it is. Yeah,
I don't see it happening.
I don't either.
And I want him to be out of there because now, this is my thing. Like I said, I like Tyrod Taylor as a player. I've heard he's a cool person.
Yeah,
He's handled his business.
yep,
He's done what they want. Okay, if that's your dude and your guy, let Deshaun go. But be realistic about it.
yeah,
Why are you trying to make it almost impossible to get rid of him just to spite him? If you really want to move on and don't want him no more, you ran DeAndre Hopkins off. This new GM they have is a jackass. Excuse my language up to the most. He's just stupid. And like, I want a certain kind of person that's gonna act a certain way. Man, you got too many personalities and egos in the NFL. You ain't gonna get one person to act exactly how you
nah,
want them to act. And if
nah.
he's not the one for you, let him go.
Let him go.
Move on to the next person.
But they trying
Let
to
that
get,
man live.
but they trying to get as much as they can for a situation that they caused.
No, what they trying to extort the other teams
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody need to step in and like, hey, stop.
I'm looking at
Don't
the
do that.
commissioner. I mean, that isn't that what the commissioner should be doing, or at least the NFLPA should be
It's
doing?
time for Roger Goodell to step in on this one. I believe because it's getting out of hand with the asking price, and they're asking things they know they're not going to get,
They know they're not going to get it.
and they still get the. See, this is my whole thing. And like I said, we're gonna have a good conversation one day when we get together to put our cups up and talk about this league in general. But too many times and too many chances, these owners and general managers get to take the lives of young men into their hands,
Yep.
and they can ruin it.
Yep.
They can actually ruin it.
Yep.
Why is that okay? And why is that fair?
Because
I work my butt off.
right.
I do what you ask me to do. Yet, because you get pissed off at something I asked for, now I'm gonna do any and everything I can to use against you and to hold you by the huevos. So I have my way and you can't have yours. It's not cool, man. Not cool at all.
That's not it. All right, yo, big game.
What's up? What's
It's
up?
time. It's
Hey,
time.
man.
It's time, brother. Hey, it's
It's
been a
been
pleasure.
great. It's been
Thank you
great.
so much. I'm Jay Sock. That's Big Game James. He's going to take us out. I'm about to play this right here. Here we go. Take us out, Big Game.
Hey, it's your boy Big Game James. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's at bgsportsbuzz and at Big Game James. From your boy Big Game James, Jay Stock. Y'all be real.
This is a dope move